Welcome to the talk show Promising Bangladesh, sponsored by Crown Cement. And this is Sinha M.A. Saeed anchoring this very talk show. Well, Ms. Barrister Jillur, you are not a mere voice. You are a voice around the world during this day's turmoil. Now you are in Bangladesh. What is your overall, not understanding, realization about the fall of Sheikh Hasina?
Thank you. Actually, I'm very glad and I'm very happy that I could come to Bangladesh and I can move around without any fear that I am not being groomed or I am not being kidnapped or I am not being wrongfully confined. And for the last 16 years, as I had been with the police background and I worked for the police last 28 years, and also I had also 2 years experience with the military, so almost the 30 years. So with these 30 years, I have found for the 16 years the police did not follow any of the procedural law, neither they violated the constitution. And the police actually they work to keep one man into the power, and for that they did what not. So when I came in Bangladesh and everybody was so happy and glad, they were saying, and they're expecting this caretaker government, hopefully they will do the most of the major infrastructure and institutional development. Because for a caretaker government or the interim government, it's not very easy to deal all the matters. But what I can gauge and what I can understand, but some of the important institutional infrastructure development they should do. And just when you called me, I was in the Home Ministry, and the VP Noor and the Rashid and some of the student leaders, they went to the Home Advisor. And almost they were almost 400 to 500 the students, the VP Noor and the Rashid, they were giving lectures. When they have seen me from a distance, and they just ran away and just hugging me, and they were saying that you had been the inspiration of our speech for the last 1 year, especially just before the fall of 5th August. And I believe you have also seen my video, and I said that Sheikh Hasina has to go and go and go. No option, no option, no option. And that gave them more inspiration. Although I was not physically present, but my voice and especially my legal interpretation, also the constitutional interpretation, that gave them very inspiration, and also to the political leader. So that made me very pleased. And also when I see the students, the leaders, coordinators, they make me call. They think and they express that they have got the second independence, and all those kids are young, and the most of them had not seen our independence in 1971, but they now feel and understand that the feelings of independence. But I gave them advice, so please, it is very easy to gain independence or freedom, but it is very difficult to retain. And hopefully these four, if the organization or institutional is developed, the political party is bound to come into the streamline.
I will come to that point, please. Mr. Jillur Rahman, we know very well that a government has been formed, headed by Nobel laureate Professor Dr. Yunus. What is your analysis on the government?
Well, initially I was a little bit confused that within these short number of advisors whether they can handle it or not. But gradually they are gaining and everything is becoming normal. But what I gaze, I am not sure, but what I gaze, Professor Dr. Yunus has kept 27 ministry under him. But hopefully, I'm not sure, I don't have any information, but I believe he has a plan to appoint more advisors, because it's not humanly possible to deal 27 ministry as a prime minister. So I think hopefully he will appoint some of the technical expert, those who are expert on that particular ministry. Number one. And number two is, once the government is fully formed, all the advisors, because in our country, hopefully 40 or 42 ministry. So we need 40 or 42 advisors, because the earlier caretaker government and this caretaker government, it's a different. Because earlier the caretaker government was for 3 months, and that 3 months their mandate was only to conduct the election. So they used to do the day-to-day activities, no decision-making issues. So only the on 11 that government was 2 years, although they took some of the decision-making power, which actually the caretaker government and interim government, they usually don't do that. But I don't know what the caretaker government duration will be. But if I think that if it is 2 years, so with these 2 years they will take some major infrastructure development, especially I said the High Court judges and the Appellate Division judges. This quota system for whom Sheikh Hasina has to fall down. And this quota system, even a government peon, if his appointment, he needs an interview. He needs a written exam. But the High Court exam, High Court judge and Appellate Division judge, they don't need any exam even for an interview. Only if he has a practice for 10 years with the High Court, and if he has a good connection with the running political party, and he is an appointment with the judge. And also, I would like to draw the attention through your show. There was an attempt, the Police Reform Ordinance 2007, and that was proposed, and I was one of the member of that committee. And we made a very fantastic proposal, ordinance, but caretaker government initially agreed. But at the second year, I don't know, they did not agree, and they thought, if we want to be in power more, we also need to behave the political party as they did it. So they did not agree, and we asked the political government when Sheikh Hasina came in power, and she also did the same thing and also did not agree. And that is the problem for the last 16 years. Police is in this position, and the police, the acceptability to the common people of Bangladesh, it's not zero, it has become minus. These are the problem. So these are the issues. And also, if you go to the military, but the last 16 years, they have categorized when they goes for the promotion board. Who belongs to BNP? He is given the B. Who is the Arm League A? Who is the neutral? He is a N. Who is a anti-Arm League? He is a AA. Who is a Jamaat? He is a J. And thereby they have been promoted. It is happened in the all area. So I will urge a request through your show in this government, those who are policymaker, especially Dr. Asif Nazrul, Home Advisor, and the Chief Advisor and the other advisor. Please, you must give more attention. These are the democratic institutions for their political party will be bound to do accordingly. Because if you give the authority, enormous facility to the political party, they will not usually adapt all those good issues because they want to remain in power.
Thank you very much. We know very well India is a very big factor in our geopolitics, especially in Southeast Asia. Former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, after resignation, she left for India, and now she is in India. Do you find any diplomatic or political catastrophe centering the presence of Sheikh Hasina in Delhi?
Yes, sir, Dr. Sinai M.A. Said, because for the last 1 year, if you have heard my video and talk, and hopefully I also had a number of talk with you, in regards to the geopolitical issue, I said the issue of Bangladesh is not the same as like the Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Afghanistan. I always said that Bangladesh is an exceptional. and that our political leaders has to understand. If the political leaders or the political parties, if they don't understand and absorb this difference between the other geopolitical issues of the countries with Bangladesh, many of the time I said Bangladesh may be occupied by India. Why? Because you see the Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Afghanistan were never and never was the colony of the part of India. When the British ruled our country, the Indian subcontinent or the India, they used to mean the East Pakistan, West Pakistan, and the present India. Now, if you see the map of Bangladesh, the Bangladesh is the inside of India, because the west part is India, north part is India, east part is India, and the south is only the Bay of Bengal. So if we are not diplomatic, if we are not technical, because this land is very important for the India, for their sovereignty and independence of India. Had I been the Indian national, what the Indian wants, I could also want the same thing. But if I am a Bangladeshi national, in that case I have to be more diplomatic, more strategic. Because for the India, why the India took Sikkim? Because Sikkim was never and never part of the British. That was the protectorate state. Nepal was the protectorate state. Bhutan was the protectorate state. But the Sikkim took occupied by the India because the China will infiltrate, and that's why they occupied Sikkim. So if they can occupy the Bangladesh, in that case their seven sister is not being disturbed, or they will not even dare enough to ask for the independence. So in that case, it is very vulnerable for us against India. And the next point you asked about the Sheikh Hasina. I think it is a problem, because all the media and from the India, they are saying that nobody is accepting the Sheikh Hasina political asylum. I don't believe. I think this is a propaganda by the India to keep the people of Bangladesh that as nobody is accepting Sheikh Hasina, and so there is no alternative, we have kept Sheikh Hasina. So from your show, I request the Indian authority. She is our people. She was our ex-prime minister. Please, we have with the India extradition treaty, যুদ্ধ বিনিময় চুক্তি অথবা বন্দি বিনিময় চুক্তি. So India must send Sheikh Hasina, and the people of Bangladesh will try her in our normal court, because we have the court ready, the ICT, International Criminal Court. In that court, easily we can try the crime against humanity, genocide, and also it is a war crime, because Sheikh Hasina unofficially they declared the civil war, and that's why they ordered shoot to fire, and they ordered to kill the people. So in that case, the police, the BDR, the BGB, and the military, they did not follow the international humanitarian law and the Geneva Convention 1949. So all those crimes, it is a clearly genocide and also the war crime. And hopefully against Sheikh Hasina, there is a number of application has been given International Criminal Court to file a case. But your question, which you have answered, that the presence of Sheikh Hasina in India, is it a problem for Bangladesh? Yes, it is a problem for Bangladesh, because you did crime, and if you think that you did not make any crime, you are innocent. So she must come to Bangladesh, surrender to the law, surrender to the court, and if the court says she is innocent, fine, then she is acquitted and do the normal politics. And if not, she must be tried. She must be tried, and if she is found guilty as per law, she should be punished.
Thank you very much.